If you're stuck in a 9 to 5 or college and you know you're meant for more, but every single business model that you see or try either feels fake, saturated, risky, or just too complicated for a complete beginner, then this video is perfect for you. Because once you understand that you don't actually need a business to make serious money online, it'll be way easier for you to actually get it. I used to literally be a college student working part-time as a lifeguard, and I went from doing that to just 6 months later making a consistent 10K per month. For the first time ever in my life at that point, I didn't feel stuck, broke, or like I was falling behind everyone else. And I did this all without starting my own business, starting an agency, doing all these like AI gimmicks and trends. In this video, I'm gonna explain exactly how that works, so be sure to listen up. Now, let's be real for a second. Everybody who's trying to make money online is always trying to start their own business, whether it's starting an agency, whether it's doing something with AI, whether it's starting an e-com store, but most of these people struggle to even make a couple $100s. Why is that? And after grinding and putting all this work in for weeks, if not months, and barely seeing any results at all, it's quite normal to question if this is actually what you should be doing. The reason for that isn't because they're lazy, it's because they're trying to build complicated systems to build a business for themselves as a beginner. And a lot of people in the online space, and maybe this is even applicable to you too, have been trying to make money online, but you've been missing the biggest piece, which is that you don't actually need to start a business to start making serious money for yourself. And this is what 99% of business gurus don't tell you, because really all you need is just to get plugged into an already existing business and help it grow. If you become a part of an already existing business that's already making good money and you literally just help it grow, that value that you're adding to that business will mean that that business owner will pay you thousands of dollars every single month to do this. Because no matter how many pieces of content or funnels or ads a business runs, they'll always be paying the person that is able to take all of that theory and turn it into actual cash. This is what most people completely overlook, and it is the biggest opportunity that's just hiding in complete plain sight. And the way to turn all of this activity into actual profit is you become the person that partners up with an existing business and you do sales on their behalf. You either do appointment setting or closing on behalf of business owners, and you help them actually monetize all the attention that they're getting. Now, if you're thinking that you're not confident enough or you don't have the right personality to be able to do this, trust me, I've been there myself. I'll literally throw up a picture somewhere on the screen here of one of the first sales calls that I was ever taking, where I was 19 years old. I was stuttering all the time. I was in my parents' basement. I hadn't had a haircut in like 3 months. And it was just bad. I mean, genuinely ask yourself this, like, do I look like a natural communicator or closer in this picture right here? Probably not. But the irony is, despite all of that, I still made it work. And that exact same basement was where I was making a consistent $10,000 a month. No audience, no running my own business, no crazy fancy setup with the perfect lighting and all this stuff. Literally just like in my parents' basement grinding. And as well, I didn't have to convince anybody to buy things that they didn't want to buy. I was literally just taking calls of people that were already interested in buying the thing that I was selling and then helping them get over the edge. And especially right now with the whole like AI wave happening, where AI is taking care of like content, emails, copywriting, internal systems in businesses, and businesses are laying off more and more employees to replace that with AI. You might be thinking, well, why should I learn something like this if AI is just going to replace it? But ironically enough, it's actually the opposite, because AI cannot take over person-to-person transactions in relationships. AI can't get on a conversation with somebody and have an entire 40-minute conversation back and forth where it's going to sell something over the phone to somebody and have natural dialogue and not appear as if it was AI. That is a human skill, because it is required to be a human in order to actually do this task. And as more and more businesses are laying off all these other subsets of their business because they can replace it with AI, they're going to actually be in even more demand of people like yourself that are going to learn this skill, because these businesses are literally desperate for the right talent and the right skill. The funnels are built and the leads are coming in from the assistance of AI, but they're just sitting there not actually being converted into money until somebody like me or you steps in to actually solve this problem for businesses. That is where the real opportunity is right now, and the crazy reality is that most people are just totally looking over it. They're too busy trying to be the next Elon Musk and building like this massive business that's going to make billions of dollars per year, when in reality, 90% of businesses fail in their first year from people that start businesses as beginners. This is exactly why this opportunity is so wide open right now, because everybody and their mother is trying to create businesses. These businesses are going to need people to do sales inside of their business. So if everybody's trying to create more businesses are being created, more businesses are failing. This means less competition for you. But just by the nature of more businesses being created, this means more and more people are going to need your sales ability and sales skill. We'll talk about this more in a second, but just know if you learn something like this now while demand is exploding and competition is not that high at all, you're putting yourself into the perfect position to succeed in the long term. So let me just break down how this actually works, because a lot of people overcomplicate this process. I want to break it down as simple as possible for you. Right now, there are literally tens of thousands of influencers on social social media that are creating content in different fields. And these people are selling some sort of course, coaching program, service, and they're running ads, they're creating funnels, they're setting up email systems, etc., etc. And again, there are literally tens of thousands of these businesses. Again, these people are creating content on the internet to try to get people interested in the thing that they're selling. But the problem is just because somebody's interested doesn't mean that they're actually going to buy the thing. Somebody has to go in and actually talk to those interested leads, have a conversation with them, figure out what they're struggling with, and guide them towards an informed decision. And it's definitely not going to be the business owner that does that, because the business owner has a fuck ton of other things to do. This is exactly where high ticket sales comes in. All you do in high ticket sales is you're basically stepping in between the business and the potential client, and you're becoming that middleman. High ticket sales is broken out into two sections: appointment setting and closing. Appointment setting is taking somebody who has shown some sort of interest. So this could be like following the influencer, commenting on one of their posts, maybe even DMing the influencer. Then what the appointment setter does is it has a conversation with the prospect. If the prospect is a good fit for what the business sells, the appointment setter doesn't actually sell the product. All the appointment setter does is sets an appointment for somebody else to sell the product. This makes it very straightforward because you don't actually have to sell the product yourself, so you don't really even have to be that great at all. I was doing this while I was full-time in college and working part-time as a lifeguard, and I was making a consistent 3 to 5K per month with only a couple hours every single day in doing this. The next section is closing, where it's still relatively straightforward. Now all you're doing is you're taking the appointments that have been set by the appointment setter, you're jumping on the call with them, you're going through the exact same process of asking them questions to get a good idea of where they're at right now and where they want to get to. And then if it makes sense, you guide them into making an informed decision into buying the thing that you're going to be selling. To summarize, you're literally just taking calls, having real conversations, figuring out what a prospect needs, what they want, where they want to get to, and seeing how your business that you're going to be selling for can help them overcome those issues or achieve that goal that they're looking to get. And in either situation, when the prospect moves forward and the business gets a new client, you, either as the appointment setter or the closer, you get paid a commission. As an appointment setter, this is usually in the range of 5 to 10%. And as a closer, this is usually in the range of 10 to 15%. And the beauty is a lot of these influencers are not selling like cheap $30 products, whereas a closer, you would literally get paid $3. These people are usually selling high ticket coaching, high ticket course, some sort of high ticket service that's upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, maybe even $10,000. Where now if you're getting paid a percentage of that, you're getting paid big commissions. And the best part of all of that is you're not responsible for marketing, for fulfillment, for customer service. Literally all you have to do is help them overcome any objections that they have and help them make an informed decision, and then the rest is done. You're literally just responsible for the one part of the business that actually creates direct revenue. So the beauty of this is obviously the more that you improve your skill, the more money that you're going to make. But also when you build this skill and you get really, really good at it, then if you wanted to start your own business down the line, when you have money, when you have experience, when you have the skill sets, then you're actually going to crush it because you know now how to make money inside of a business. So this is the real takeaway from all of this. This isn't actually a business model, and this isn't some new flashy trend. This has been around for a good amount of time. This is a skill that gives you control over your income no matter what is happening inside of the world, whether we go into a recession, whether AI takes over the world, you will always be in need because businesses will always need to exist in order to sell things, and you'll be doing that selling. And right now there is a big gap inside of the market because you have more and more people trying to start their own business, and all of these businesses, that number is increasing, but these people are fighting for the same amount of attention, the same amount of customers. And so that's getting more and more complicated. And so these people are actually struggling to turn the attention that they're getting from competing with all these people into actual revenue. And this is where you come into play. If you actually get really, really good at this skill and you put yourself into a good position, you'll literally be placing yourself directly inside of where all of the money flows in the online making space. You're not building anything from scratch. You're literally just getting plugged into proven offers and proven systems that are already making money, and you're just helping them make more money. And like I've said a few times at this point, as the economy keeps shifting and as AI continues to get smarter and better over time, this skill is only becoming even more valuable. Because honestly, with the whole AI wave coming, it's one of the few things that won't actually get replaced by AI because it never can. So if you're serious about changing your situation, not some random day in the future, but right now before the new year starts, then this is going to be perfect for you. Because the people that focus on mastering this skill right now are going to be the people that place themselves into the best possible position in the long term. So hopefully this helped you guys, and hopefully you now understand what high ticket sales is and why it's going to be so important moving into the future here. If you want to go deeper into exploring high ticket sales and you want to work with me to help you get started in high ticket sales, where I can help you start making $5 5 to 10K per month. There's a link in the description where you can book a call and you and I can have a genuine conversation to see if I can help you. It's nothing fancy at all, literally just a conversation. If it makes sense for us to work together, then we can talk about what that would look like. If it doesn't, no hard feelings at all. Either way though, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Bye-bye.